They'll see you.
Oh yeah.
They'll be watching us, trust us.
People are gonna be watching today, for sure. We just spelled your name wrong. People that corrected us on that.
That was on me.
It ain't no
I didn't even
big
look at it. I just
We're acting a fool. How y'all spell his name wrong?
deal. It ain't no big deal.
Welcome to the Power Hour. It's a glorious Tuesday morning. I'm on vacation and Tyler got to go to work.
oh man, don't do that.
Well, we have a very special show today. We have, and that's just the nickname I just came up with,
What's that?
Stan Wildman. That is the name I just gave him. The
Coach,
kids
do
call
you
him-
approve of it?
Hey,
For right
whatever
now.
whatever works on the radio, I'm fine with it.
Our first win, he comes staying the man. Right now, he's staying the wild man.
Stand the wild man.
But we have our newly hired defensive coordinator, Stan Kimbell, joining us here today. Coach Kimbell,
Hey,
they know me and Tyler.
Absolutely.
Welcome to our show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Welcome to the island.
Welcome to Liberty Island.
And so this is why I call it an island. 4th Street and 7th Street are how you get to Liberty Island, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're the only school district in the city of Texarkana that's both rural and also with city limits.
Mm-hmm.
It's an island. We're out there by
Yeah.
ourselves, so that's where it comes from. But so Coach Kimbell, please, since how many people are watching Tyler right now?
They're logging in. We got about 5 so
We
far.
that's
so
clicking.
start.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, a little background first.
Well, I grew up. My family is from originally Stamps, Arkansas,
Okay.
and so I've grown up in around that area. I went to school at Spring Hill High School,
Okay.
right outside of Hope, Arkansas, and went to college at SAU, and kind of went through the ranks there. Started student coaching, GAing, and decided that being in the college ranks, it was going to be one of those lifestyles that I really didn't want to go down. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to have time to do other things, and decided to get into high school coaching, and decided to make my way to Texas. I mean, it's a brand of football that can't be beat, and decided to make my way over to Texas. And I've been through East Texas, a lot of different schools. Started down at Mount Pleasant ISD, and kind of made my way in around the whole small school rank. Went to DCAB. I was at Dangerfield, Atlanta. Ended up having a good chance to go to Denton Ryan High School, and went there, and it was life-changing. For one, we had our first child, and that was
What
amazing.
years were you at Denton Ryan?
I was there after Atlanta. I went to Atlanta in 2014, and I went to Denton Ryan in 15 and 16,
Okay.
and decided to wanted to get back in the area a little bit closer to family, and decided to come back with Coach Jerry Stanford.
He was at Marcus.
He was at Marcus. He decided to come back in this area. Called him up. It's been a great decision for us. Since then we've had another child, so I've got a boy and a girl now, and
Awesome.
and so we've been here for 6-7 years now.
That's good. That's what's up.
So why the change?
Why the change?
Why the
from
change from one side of town to the other side of town?
He jumped straight to it.
Well,
I like
I'm sure that's what the people
no, and that's a great question. First and foremost, I've had the privilege to be under very good coaches,
Sure.
and learn from a lot of different good men.
Absolutely.
And so this is an opportunity that doesn't come around.
That's true.
And it wasn't one of those that I had to hesitate about. Just like I told Coach Davis, this is a dream of mine.
Mhm.
A lot of people have LE as their target school where they want to be at and where they want to go and have a chance at. And
Why is that? Because I've heard you talk like off air record or whatever. You've talked. You said that to me, and you were very genuine about when you said that. I'm like, what? Man, you've been in Dan and Ryan.
And I think where you're at and where you've been at, it gives you different perspective on what kids can do. Being under good coaches and being around good men, I think is very important. And I think being at LE, these type of kids in this type of community is what I guess I grew up around, and I'm used to. I gravitate towards these type of kids.
Okay. Me too. They're good kids for real.
Yeah, and they're great kids.
Yeah, they're great kids. They
and
are.
they're not they don't like handouts. They like earning everything they get.
Right.
They're hungry.
They are hungry.
And that to me is just it's something that's always been a staple, from afar. And so being able to jump on this opportunity has been a dream of mine. And so for the last 5 years, I've been able to be under one of the best head coaches in this area, but in this part of the country, I believe. Coach Stanford is an awesome man and has given me every opportunity to grow, and we've had such a good staff and a good time there that when this opportunity comes about, you got to jump on it quick. And I've been in this role before, so it's not nothing new to me. I've got to get back in that mindset. But when you being at Texas High, you're always in that mindset. Whether whatever role you're in charge of something, and so this wasn't a hard decision at all. It's hard leaving the relationships that you build, and with coaches and kids. Because you build such a tight relationship and you're with them 24/7, and you're picking them up, you're taking them home, you're providing for them, and that's where it's hard. But kids understand, life moves on, and they're going to be fine, and I can't wait for the opportunity to be able to grow and to be a part of this community.
So there's two things. So I run the social media accounts for the school district, and when I posted your welcoming edit, I noticed that no one said anything negative about you. I was waiting on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but I have to filter through whatever's being said on the school social media page. But no one said anything negative about you. Young lady said you were cute. I know you saw that. That was funny.
I didn't see that.
But other young men were saying about how great you are and what you've done for them personally, and that's a testament to who you are and what you're really about. So what would you like to say about that?
That's something that, coaching a game that you love and being a part of it. I've never not been a part of it. But I think what's more important is building relationships with kids, getting to know them on a personal level, not so much, just what's on that turf,
right.
And understanding that, these are teenage kids. For a majority of them, football or sport, it may not be a priority. Everybody has life going on in their mind, and I've always had it in my mind that the best way to reach kids is to build a relationship with them, and not even talk about a game, not even talk about sports. Yes, you can get to a kid by doing something that they love, but really understanding the kid and what he likes and what he doesn't like, and talking to him on a personal level, that builds a relationship, that builds trust within me to him or me to her or whoever it is. And talking to them and saying hi and shaking their hand and really looking at people in their eyes and really seeing what they're about and how serious they are in what they want to achieve. Because I'm just here to provide for my family and to provide for these kids.
Absolutely.
But in the long run, seeing somebody else prosper, you know, and grow, that's my whole end goal. You know, that's why I got into what I got into. It's not for me, it's for them. And so that's been my whole and you grow throughout the years. You know, when you're a young coach, you are who you are, and you know, you're stubborn and you want to do it your way, and you think you got the world by the horns. But as you grow and you're around, you know, good men and women, they really teach you a lot, and it's getting to that point where you got to humble yourself to really know what the priority is, and for me, it's all about the kids.
Absolutely.
So
How much time we got before commercial?
We got about 3 minutes or so.
Okay, so I know you don't do social media, so let's let the people know that. Don't be tripping because you can't find Stan the Wild Man on the socials. But you know, I get on social media a lot and I read some things. Someone sent me a clip of a podcast the other day, and they were talking about class, or what is it called? Is it called Class 4A Division 2? I mean, I'll be Arkansas. Okay, so whatever, 4A Division 2. The top 5 big off-season notes, whatever. One of them was like 4 or 5 was Liberty Ilo's hire of you.
mm-hmm.
And, you know, our offensive woes are well documented. I had to go back through and look. Yeah, we lost the game 56-0. Yeah, we lost it, you know.
Yeah.
So they said that us hiring you and going back to your stats last season, the past few seasons, it will elevate our defense because the cover wasn't left bare for you.
Right.
So what would you like to say about that?
You know, it's just like anything. I can't attest to what has gone on in the past, and you know, all I can take, you know, is what we're gonna do in the future. You know, there are no guarantees, but there's one thing I always guarantee kids. I said, I'm gonna give you everything I have, and I'm gonna teach you the best that I can teach you, and I want to teach you the game that you can grow from. And you know, that's going to best work with your skill set, and you know, seeing them in 7-on-7, getting to know them, getting to see how they work in the weight room, seeing their mannerisms, seeing how they carry themselves, it all translates.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, as far as, you know, how we go in the future, you know, you got to take it one day at a time, but you also got to get the buy-in,
Sure.
you know, and you got to build that trust, and you got to build those relationships with those kids, so you can start understanding that we got to do this together.
Absolutely.
You know, and and it's not offense versus defense. It's as a team, and we gotta put the best product on the field, and trying to make it as easy and as simple as possible for these kids to play with clear minds, and you know, you can tell how hungry they are. A lot of these kids are so they have manners. That yes sir, no sir. I haven't yet dealt with anybody that just wasn't respectful,
Right.
and that's such a good thing to have, and they play hard.
They do.
They play with effort. You can tell that their ceiling is so much higher, and so
They want to be. They want to be loved, respected,
mm-hmm.
and you know, because the seasons haven't went as they should the past 2 or 3 or whatever, they don't feel that.
Yeah.
And you can see that, like you said, in the way that they work. I saw how they worked for you. I was just in the weight room. You know, you were down there with Wyatt Klepper and it might have been Hadaway. I forgot.
Yeah.
And they were you had them pumping hard.
Parks, yeah.
Yeah, you had them pumping hard, and I was like, whoa, this dude from Hadaway. We
Well,
got some soldiers around here.
Well, you know,
Hold on, Coach. We got to take a quick break.
I got you.
We're going to come right back on that thought, though. Listen to the Power Hour with Houff and Gill on 107.9 The Fan.
When did this start? When did this start?
You do it on commercial, don't do it on the live thing because of headphones. Yeah, that's your whamming in there.
Man, I kind of gave me a little short headache for a second.
That's funny.
Man, Coach, I'm so ready for August 26th.
Oh, yeah. I'm Tyler, by the way, Coach.
I'm staying.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What you think? I'm ready.
it's you know, me, I like to be prepared.
Yeah.
I like to be prepared weeks, months in advance. I like to have a calendar out to, and so me getting this job late, in my mind, I'm like,
Kind of behind.
we're behind,
Yeah.
late, you know, and it's just like what I told the kids. I said, I'm not coming in here,
Over
you know,
50,000 police
working
officers are
towards,
assaulted on the job each
oh, we
year,
can't
leading
do
to
this,
injuries
so
and
we
death.
got to put
This is
this,
the
it's
reality
too
they
late
deal
to
with when
install
making
this other
contact with
stuff.
the
No,
public.
we're going to hit the ground
Reality is
running,
if someone doesn't
and
comply
and
with
we're going
lawful
to
order
we're
or
going to
uses
keep
force
working throughout
against
the
them,
year,
police may have
and just
to use
understand
force
we
in
got to
response
keep.
to obtain
I'm not looking to
Use
next
of
off
force is
season
always ugly.
to try to get
Nobody
better.
likes
Right.
that,
Like
especially
like
when
we
nobody
have
knows
we
how
have
to
the
turn
tools
out.
that we
Spread
need,
the word.
and we have everything that we
De-escalation to work.
need.
Both
And so,
parties must de-escalate, and de-escalation isn't necessary if
I'm
there
not
is
coming
no
in wasting
escalation.
any time.
Help police
And-
by
and-
not escalating.
And
Don't attack
telling
or
the
try to
kids
disarm
that,
an officer.
look, we
Whether it's
got
being
work
asked
to
a
do,
question, getting a
and
citation, or getting
you know,
arrested. Don't
we're
argue,
behind,
don't resist.
because
Don't
they
flee.
need to know
After
this
the
is a,
encounter's been resolved,
you
is
know,
the
I
time to address any
usually you
complaints.
have all these kinks
Comply now,
fixed during
complain
the
later.
spring, and
Everybody
you
says
use the
this
summer,
is
and
the
tweak it a
right
little
now
bit.
it's I mean it's late,
To learn
and
more about how to help law enforcement
with summer
accomplish
school
goals,
going,
visit
and
nationalpolice.org.
like I'm sitting there like, we got to go.
Are we back though?
Sharp response.
Okay. Welcome back to the Power Hour with Houff and Gills, presented by Budweiser. Stan the man doesn't drink. I don't drink, but sometimes Tyler likes to partake. He partakes in Budweiser. And Liberty Island High School, they pay all three of us. Dr. Brown, I love you, and I am
you
on
off this
vacation. Mr. Thompson, I love you too. I don't want. Hey, Jeff, I love you too.
There's a few of y'all off this
Yeah,
week.
we off this week, man. We having fun.
I didn't see him yesterday. That's
Who, Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff on the beach. He at Orange Beach in Alabama.
Should
man.
have took me with him. We could have drove the yellow dog.
Oh, Jeff doing good. Jeff doing good. But we have our defensive coordinator,
Stan the wild man.
our defensive coordinator, AJ Jordan. What's good? Stan the Wild Man Kimbell.
Oh man, you didn't have to throw him out there.
Who, AJ?
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's my
AJ. He
boy.
watching. AJ watching. Yeah, I know what he
We
watching.
got a few people watching.
So, Coach, I got one quick question. I know we left off on another topic.
Yeah.
I got a quick question that's a hot topic in the city. Do you like to play freshman?
I think the best players should play. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
don't think age.
Thank you.
I don't think age really matters nowadays. Kids are so much more prepared nowadays than, you know, and some are and some aren't.
Some are,
you
yeah,
know?
and that's okay, 'cause kids mature at different levels.
Yeah, and you know, some kids develop late, mentally, physically,
Mhm.
but if a kid can help you, that's and there's kids around the city
Yeah.
that are already, I mean,
Pretty good.
they're really good.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna keep getting better, and that's it. That's all across the city.
Yeah.
And so, best players in my mind play.
Absolutely. Because we have a few freshmen that'll be coming up, and they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the UIL trying to.
Yeah, that kind of tripped me out, man. I'm like, wait a minute, what are we supposed to? Are they? But yeah. So we don't have a problem where we're at playing no freshmen, and hopefully we have a freshman go. Couple of them go
think
crazy
about
this
it.
year.
I mean, I know it's obviously guys are more advanced and
Yeah.
whatever the case may be, but collegiately,
Yeah.
don't true freshmen have the opportunity to play?
Me and James Joyner talk every
Come
night
on,
about
man.
him playing this year. So
It's kind of some apples and oranges thing, but oh well.
So you're a 3-4 guy?
Yeah. I mean, I've been labeled a 3-4 guy. I can run a even front, odd front. It really doesn't matter.
Because I tell people you're a winning guy.
I'm a winning guy. Whatever works and whatever fits our kids. You know, if we've got enough D linemen and we've got those type of bodies, and you know we can jump into anything that we need, and that's what me and Coach Davis we talked about was, you know, we have a lot of those skill type bodies, you know, linebacker type bodies, and they're big and strong and fast and can do a lot of different things, and so I think putting us in an odd front allows us to be able to, at times we can be more multiple and turn into an even front at times when we need to, but it allows us to have more skill on the field, and so yes, I guess I would be an odd guy.
Well, I mean, we have defensively, you know, you're gonna have 3-4 guys maybe that are have a chance to play on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
They do play linebacker, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
2 of them do for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just you have a team red Ferrari that you said you're not waiting until next year to get it tuned up and sparked up. You're trying to drive it,
Yeah.
you know, soon.
I do got one quick question.
What's that? Let's hear it.
All right, so this team, defensively, 20-something, almost 30 turnovers last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was a stress thing or if it was something that was, you know, just kind of coincidence, just kind of happened, fell into their laps. Is that something that, you know, is important for you, getting those turnovers, you know, getting the ball back into the hands of the offense, or is it just a, you know?
Yeah.
What's your?
Well, I mean, if you look at it as what our job is to get the ball back into the offense's head as much as possible. You know what I'm going to preach to the kids is you want to eliminate big plays. If you can eliminate those big plays in a game and make the offense drive the length of the field, you know, you're going to have more opportunity for turnovers. Very rarely can offenses sustain, you know, 8, 9, 10, you know, 12 play drives and really consistently do that over time. And so what we've got to create is a type of style of play that we can put pressure on them, and you know, and not just all out blitzing, and but we've got to put hands on guys, and we've got to play physical, and we got to play a brand of football that's going to be hard for people to consistently drive, and so you've got to eliminate the plays over the top, and if it is, you know, you got to have guys there with an opportunity to be able to make plays, you know, but that's the game of football nowadays too. Is, you know, offenses are more explosive. They can do anything underneath the sun, you know, and so you gotta make it easy for guys, and you can't be difficult, you know. There can't be a whole lot of thinking. Offenses go from, you know, especially in our league, I mean, you're gonna go from under center, slot T, wing T's.
Yeah, we play a lot of
straight to the spread the very next week.
Yeah.
And so you gotta make it simple enough, and your kids had to adapt very quickly, and they've got to put their mind in this offense, and then the very next week we got to flip it, and we got to widen back out, and we got to cover the spread, and we got to cover space, and so I think it's just making it easy for the kids just to be able to adapt, and just try to cut and eliminate as much as the big plays as possible.
I have a bunch of community members watching. They say they like your chain, and you are all in. And shout out to Miss Davis. Shout out to Miss Davis. She watching too.
Shout out Miss Davis.
But no. Okay, so to what they're echoing, I'm gonna echo what they're saying. You have, now that we're talking, we've talked a couple times. You have a be where your feet are mentality.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I think that just comes from you know, my focus on being where I'm at, and giving whoever or wherever I'm at everything I have.
Yeah.
And, you know, working hard at what you've been given, and you always, you know, when coaches in the past, and Coach Stanford always preached it, is you want to be hard to replace.
Yeah.
in whatever facet that you've been given, and that really stuck with me. And you got to grow, and you got to mature, and you got to be where you're at, and you got to put your entire focus into that, and then after that you can move on.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to think broad, you got to think down the road, but you got to put all your focus into what you want to achieve if you want to be successful. If you don't, then you can dabble into this and scatter into that, but your mind's somewhere else, and that's just not me.
Yes, sir.
You know, I want to give everything I have, you know, my entire focus, and that's what I've told the kids is that's one of the things I'll guarantee is I'm going to work my butt off to try to put you in a place for you to be successful. And that's all I can do. Whether you take that opportunity and give me your entire focus and give me your trust, and you've got to turn around and you got a job to do too. Even as a teenage kid, I said this is what you signed up for.
Yeah.
And a lot of you have an opportunity to go on and further this and use this sport to be able to make your life better. I said so it's going to be my job to be able to put you in a place for you to be successful for our team.
Right.
And if you're good enough to go play on Saturdays and Sundays, that's the end goal.
Yeah.
For you as your dream.
Right.
I said, but I'm going to do the very best that I can to try to make those dreams happen.
For sure.
That's I'm glad to hear you say that because I don't know how I want to word this.
Say it.
Okay, so I'll just say it. Like I put emphasis on going to college.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty adamant on I want kids to go to college because it's go, and if it's not for you, then let that be that.
Right.
Yeah.
Figure out when you get there that it's not that waking up, going to class and whatever, it's not for you, but go.
But you never know if you don't try.
Exactly. So, I harp education.
Mm-hmm.
And, but with some of our kids, we have to use football to get to that avenue.
Yeah.
Right.
So I harp playing football
Mm-hmm.
and then going to college.
Right.
So it's good to hear someone else say that Saturdays is your end goal, but right now I need you to win for me on Friday to help you get to Saturday.
And that just comes back to my type of mindset from what you said earlier. You got to be where your feet are. If you can't handle, if you can't make plays on Friday nights, what makes you think that you're gonna end goal is to make plays on Saturday nights or Sunday nights?
Yeah.
I said, you got to put your entire focus here. If you can't win these battles, it's going to be tough. And I don't know if you're going to find yourself in a situation that in your mind that you're going to be at. And I said, but the end goal is for you to win these battles, and for you to play as a team, and for you to put your entire focus into what you're trying to achieve right now. If you don't do that, don't think that it's going to set you up for success down the road if you can't win today and if you can't win right now. And you got to take care of high school.
Yes.
High school is what you put into it, and these teachers aren't trying to make you fail.
Right.
They just want to see you succeed,
Right.
and I don't think
And they have a job to do.
They have a job to do, and you have a job to do.
Absolutely.
And it's not like they're trying to hurt you. I said, but they have rules, they have standards, just like anybody else. And as a young teenager, as coaches, I don't know a coach that wants to see kids fail, and that really try to put you in a place to make you fail. I mean, some you may think, but all in all, nobody gets into this profession and gets in education to try to fail people,
Absolutely.
And
so, or if they do, they don't last. So
that's true.
I mean, I can see the growth that some of our young men have. How much time we got?
You got about 30 seconds. Get it in.
I'll come back to it because it's kind of lengthy. It's about some of the kids we have now that have said they've learned more in this little short amount of time than y'all did all last year. But he's bringing some knowledge to the table that we need.
That's essential.
You know
what I'm saying?
And these kids are going to go play college football, so they need to know something.
That's very much essential.
They need to know something before they leave.
You've talked about situations before when guys have been in rooms and questions have been brought up.
Me and Barry Odom looking at each other like.
Exactly. So that's essential. But anyways, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back with more Coach Stan, the Wild Man.
Kimbell.
You're listening to The Power Hour with Houff and Gill on 107.9 The Fan.
Some people use our microphones. Oh, we went to commercial. She said, I'm listening to y'all microphone. Miss Davis. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
You might get that wrong cord.
She's like, oh God. So I was like,
Pull the video so I can hear what the audience.
107.9 The Fan. Sports Update with Chuck Zach.
Los Angeles Angels manager Phil Nevin was suspended for 10 games, and Seattle Mariners outfielder Jesse Winker received a 7-game
hear everything.
It's the wrong cooler. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, that's so crazy. I told you the
Brown's got his 190th career win as St. Louis shut out Miami 9-0. Another shutout in Colorado where Chad Kuhl pitched a 3-hitter. First career shutout for him. He beat the Dodgers 4-0. Kyrie apparently found no takers who were willing to offer him a long-term deal. And Marlon Briscoe became the first black starting quarterback in the American Football League more than 50 years ago. Died yesterday. He was 76 years old. That's a look at sports. It's brought to you by Fast Signs.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Wingstop now has 3 locations: 4501 North State Line, Suite 106, 2700 Richmond Road, and 4444 West 7th Street. Wingstop. Hot wings. They start at mild and they go all the way up to atomic. Plus barbecue, garlic parmesan, Hawaiian, lemon pepper, spicy Korean, Louisiana rub, and sides. You can get fries all sorts of different ways. Veggie sticks, Cajun fried corn, and finished with a triple chocolate chunk brownie. Wingstop. 4501 North State Line, Suite 106, 2700 Richmond Road, and 4444 West 7th Street.
Prepare for the future and reach your full potential at Liberty ILO ISD. At Liberty ILO, our educators will assist your child to become a college graduate and or career ready. We believe a safe and secure environment provides the peace of mind necessary for the pursuit of excellence. Our school environment gives our students and staff the freedom to pursue and achieve the highest levels of performance. As we say at Liberty ILO, leopard pride never dies.
1079 The Fan is headed to Unclaimed Furniture, 800 East Street in Texarkana, Arkansas, this Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Crack the code and win $200,000 if your 6 digits open the vault. Think of the changes $200,000 could bring to your life. 1079 The Fan is giving you a chance to win $200,000 life-changing dollars at Unclaimed Furniture this Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Sponsors. Welcome back to the Power Hour with Houff and Gill. We need to change the name of that show. I'm getting tired of your name being first. It's all right though. We're gonna finish this contract out. And then and shout out to our studio sponsors, Budweiser. I don't drink. Stan the Man don't drink. But Tyler, he likes to get active when he's Gigolo Tyler on the weekends. And Liberty ILO High School, we all get paid on the 20th from there. We love Liberty ILO. And Leopard Pride Never Dies. Shout out to Dr. Brown once again.
Yep.
Mr. Ronnie Thompson.
Yep.
And old Jeff Wright. Old Coach Wright.
Old Coach Wright.
Old Coach Wright.
And shout out Miss Davis for helping us out because we didn't know the audio was
shout out Miss Davis. Yes. Walker's mom.
For real.
Yes.
She helped us out.
She said, and Houff is precious.
Well, tell her thank you, Miss Davis. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Shout out Miss Davis.
Anyways.
But yeah, man, we got Stan Wildman Kimbell. He
are you a wild man on the sidelines or are you a
well I try to put all my focus at what's on that turf.
Yeah.
And so I try not to hear everything behind me. I try not to because I will get to looking and all that stuff. So if I'm not in tune, if I'm not in tune, I do get animated at times. So but you know, that's football.
I don't know if you were, Brent Venables or, you know how he gets or, some of the more reserved guys. But it is what it is. Hey, football is intense, so sometimes you got to get intense. But anyways, Coach, let's kind of change it up a little bit. Did you play college football yourself?
No, I did not.
You look like it. You worked.
That's why I asked. I'm like, man,
I grabbed him the other day's arm. I was like, man,
good shape.
Kind of big. Man.
I didn't have the opportunity. Football really wasn't a big priority to me when I was in high school. It's kind of just one of those things. When I got to Spring Hill, we didn't have football.
Yeah,
and so I was a part of of the first football team at each level, and more or less started that program there. Back.
So you're not gonna leave us to go eat watermelons, are you?
No.
I gotta talk. I gotta find out, man. I put a lot into you, Standing, man. I love you, baby. I don't need you to go.
I'm here. And
all right, bet we here together then.
No, I went to college. I knew early on that getting a scholarship and stuff, and that was back in the early 2000s. It's not like how it is now.
Definitely so.
I tell kids now that
it's easy.
If you want to play,
if
you want to play bad enough,
you.
there's somebody that wants you.
For sure.
You may have to go two or three states over,
but you can get playing time somewhere.
But people are always looking. There's so many colleges.
It's crazy.
And so, at all different levels, and so no, I didn't have that opportunity, but I got to be involved with SAU football pretty early on.
Awesome. With Coach Kimbell.
I was actually there during the Steve Quinn era.
Steve Quinn, okay.
Steve Quinn just had got the job, and I was there the 2006, 7, and 8 season.
Okay.
And after that season, that's when Coach
Bill,
Kimbell came in, and so I was there with him. He brought in a whole brand new flavor and just hit the ground running.
Yeah, that big college football mind is what he
and he did. He's done such a great job with that school of just building it back up and getting it back to respect that you can't argue with what he's been able to do. And Coach Jordan, he was a part of that team. And Jay Miller,
okay,
he was a part of that era, and so those guys, are awesome guys anyway.
Yeah,
so.
awesome.
So you
both Q Dogs too. That's crazy. Shout out to the Bruhs.
You might know a few LE guys that played at SAU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a few LE guys that played at SAU, or really more than a few. It was kind of a pipeline at one point.
Does Brad Smiley invite you back?
I've met him one time, but I hadn't even gone to Magnolia in probably 7-8 years. I probably hadn't. I mean, I've been back, back home, but I haven't been over to Magnolia in probably 7-8 years.
So, have you coached against LE or anything in your past time throughout East Texas?
Yes, I have. When I was at Atlanta, it's a big rivalry, and
it's
huge.
I get. I was told it was when I was at Atlanta.
It used to be more.
So how we little boy them boys
back
yesterday.
Then it was more so for sure.
And
I didn't know that. Okay.
Back in 2014.
Y'all beat us that year, huh?
We did.
Yeah.
Who they had then? The Jawan King. Shout out to my boy at Rice.
King was an 8th grader then.
Oh.
So we had Chase Musgrove and
that's Musgrove. Yeah, I saw him last weekend.
The Corey Larry, Cameron Schultz,
Okay.
that era, Cole Davis, those guys, and we had you had Kamen Freeman, was y'all's quarterback then. And there was a big emphasis on that game. Of course, all the pressure that comes with it, but there was a big emphasis that game to be able to stop, LE's best player, which is Kamen. And I knew that if we could slow him down, he's got an arm talent and can run. Such a great athlete that if you could put a lot of focus into stopping him, that we could have a chance. And he made a couple big long runs, which good athletes are gonna get out and have that chance. But we had we ended up winning that game, and of course when I was at Texas High, we played.
Talk about that.
Played for those 2 years.
We'll talk about that.
I was a reporter then. Boy, it got ugly at Graham Stadium one time. It was ugly.
We ain't gonna talk about that one.
Woo!
I'm joking. But yeah, y'all gave it to us.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is. Yeah.
And playing at LE that 2018 season, it was close there for a while.
It was a good game. For sure.
It was a good game,
yeah,
and so I think the whole LE Texas High is kind of, I guess,
fizzled
outdated
off.
and stuff like that. It's kind of fizzled off and stuff like that, which is fine. But.
Yeah.
So, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I'm trying to think who it was. It was a college coach called me. It's no secret. The best athletes in Texarkana come from LE. but somehow they leave LE, right? And for whatever reasons, I don't care. Parents want a better education over here. They say, you think you can get a scholarship over there? They say, whatever. I don't care. Whatever. It don't matter. So, so what we were talking about is that, I've tried to keep kids there by, this recruiting service that I have on the side that's free. But more so of that, you will also be able to keep them there because of development. And you're able to develop kids mentally, physically, and like your development is another thing that will keep kids there. And what would you like to say about the high praise you get for being able to develop young men who sometimes are difficult to reach? And to be honest, you don't even look like these young men that I'm talking about. Yeah. But you're able to get down on their level and reach them and bring them up. Yeah. I don't want to say his name because him and his mom might start tripping, but there's a young man in mind that played linebacker for you last year that signed. Yeah. And they, you brought him up. Yeah. And just what would you like to say about that?
Well, I mean, you everything goes to praise. These kids that have these opportunities, and again, it's always back to relationships with these kids. If you can get something, if you can get an idea in their mind that they agree with, that they have something to strive for, then you can work toward the same goal.
They're all in,
and so. And that's where you got to get to that point, and you got to get to that point to where what do you want out of this whole deal? Are you just here just as you love this game, or are you to that point to where you love this game enough to where you want to further this? Yeah. And so there's nothing wrong with either. The football, it's just a game. But for a lot of kids, it's also an opportunity, and it's opportunity to be able to go and further your life and to give you other opportunities. And so I think that's the end goal. That's the main thing, is that this doesn't have to be a stopping point for you. High school doesn't have to be a stopping point. Whether you want to be a doctor or just get a business degree or be a coach or whatever it is. Absolutely. Just like what we've talked about before, is we want to give you an opportunity to further your life.
Yes.
And that's because football is going to end one day. The
air will go out of the ball.
Yeah, and those pads will come off one day. And
Absolutely.
there's going to be a day to where that helmet it's not going to fit anymore. And so you got to have a plan, and you got to. What I've always tried to do is just, what do you want? What do you want out of this? What do you like to do? It's not just football. Football can be that's a vehicle to try to get to where you want to get to. Absolutely. And, what do you like to do? Do you like, do you like working with your hands? Do you like being outdoors? Do you like being into, so it's always trying to figure out your kids and what they're good at, and try to exploit that. Let's work on this, but what are you good at, and what do you want out of this whole deal, and let's try to strive towards that. And I think a lot of LE kids, have a lot of good intangibles that they can give to the table.
Absolutely.
Around the community and or everywhere else in what they're trying to do.
The kids at LE aren't what you think they are before you get there. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I had my preconceived notions last year when I took the job that I have. And when I got there, it was completely different than what I thought, And I'm open about that because people try to throw mud on LE for whatever reasons. Maybe because they're not there, maybe because whatever, but it's not. Those kids aren't that. Like they're just like any other kids anywhere else that need opportunities, that want to be loved, that want to be coached hard, and they want someone to help them become a better man, young man. Exactly. And I think that's where you come into play. I've heard you're a good fisher of men, for real, from I mean, AJ, all these coaches in East Texas, people asking me, how did we get you?
And even when, like you were saying, when y'all posted it on social media, I was seeing like former players, you know, saying, I love Coach, Kimbell or whatever the case may be. So, that just vouches for you, you know what I'm saying? Shows the type of man you are even off the field, because people not going to so much care about, saying, what you're doing on the field. They are, but it's also about after the fact, what have you done for me that I can tell the world, that I still love this man. Because like you said, playing's going to only last so long. So we'll take a short break. We'll come right back. Listen to the Power Hour with Houff and Gill on 107.9 The Fan.
Does your church or business need an upgraded audio or video system? Well, Clear Sound Audio Video has the products and expertise to help you do just that. With featured specials like Shure microphones starting at $40 and Electro Voice speakers starting at $299. You know you're getting the best for less. So be sure to check out Clear Sound Audio Video's showroom at the corner of Kennedy Lane and Cowhorn Creek.
Hi folks, Glenn Osborne with Orr Hyundai Texarkana. Here at Orr Hyundai, we are now taking pre-sold orders on new inbound Hyundais, and they are selling fast as they arrive. So don't miss out on Hyundai's Getaway Sales event and secure yours today. Or browse through our pre-owned inventory where we have a huge selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, all with a lifetime powertrain warranty. So come on by and give us a try, and you'll be glad you did. That's the affordable side of I-30 at 2300 St. Michael Drive or online all the time at orhyundai.com.
Hello, this is Sidney Moncrief, former Razorback and NBA player. I know what it means to be strong defensively. You can help your team win. When it comes to COVID-19, your best defense is a COVID-19 vaccine. Getting the vaccine makes you a true team player, helping protect those people around you, especially those at high risk. So when it's your turn, don't miss your shot. I know I didn't.
Sponsored by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and UAMS.
Welcome back to the Power Hour with Houff and Gill. Gill and Houff, it just don't sound right. I'll let you get off on me and you can goddamn. So it's all right. Houff and Gill for life.
There you go.
And our studio partners are Budweiser. Once again, Stan the Man Kimbell does not drink. His temple looks like it's pure.
Don't put him in this.
Tyler likes to, he's a lush puppy, and I'm a diabetic. I don't need to be drinking these Cokes anyways. And Liberty Isle High School, where leopard pride never dies.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But, yeah, man, we have a new defensive coordinator.
We're about 60-some days from football.
Well, I'm so happy. It's just last year we went from 15th in the state to 235th, and I was very upset. People were adding me on Twitter. People were laughing at me. But this year, I'm going to get my leg back. I got a feeling. I got a feeling.
Yeah,
I got a feeling.
Earl used to take it personally, man.
Absolutely.
I was like, man, come on. It's,
Absolutely.
You can't take it personal, man. It is what
because when you're saying that you have these great kids,
yeah,
and they're good enough to go to college, we have offers, we have this, but then we're 5 and 6, Lord.
Yeah.
Like people, we're a point win away from Van, then Van hit us for like 40.
What OG tell us yesterday?
What's that?
Rome wasn't built in one day.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm not
trying. I don't either, but it's just the reality.
I'm from the right now generation. But right now,
instant, huh?
You hear me? Instant. And
anyways,
I don't know. We got an instant fix right now, though. So
definitely so, and I think it'll be a good one for the long haul.
I hope so. As long as we can keep them, because we're gonna have to, Coach Kimbell. When you start pitching shutouts and turnovers, we're gonna have to go find some money out there on 2. What is it called? 25-16.
He said, "Hold on, let him get situated first."
This is a great testament to Coach Davis.
Yes,
he's such a great man. I've known him for a while. I hadn't really known him personally, but just from afar, him being where he's been at before, I've always looked up to him. And Coach Davis is such a great man, and he's a great role model for young coaches, one, and for young men.
Yes.
And so
he's gonna let you do what you want to do, and I appreciate like he lets people be who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm looking forward to this season. There's a lot of excitement. Not only your hire, but Coach Mill coming
Coach
in.
Milner is and I've known him for a while. We worked together when we were at
Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant, 2013, and great guy, great man, great with the kids. I mean, such a wonderful role model and such a wonderful man for the kids. And I wouldn't say that we have a lot of the same characteristics, but we do. In a way that we gravitate towards kids, and kids, he's so good with kids.
You know what I was worried about
he's
at
so
first?
good. He's so good in his offense.
Yeah.
That he's very smart, and so
he is.
And
Yes.
in the past, he's. You can go to him. You can ask him questions. It's not so much offense versus, but he's such a good student of the game that he's going to help me out.
Yeah.
And hopefully I can do things to be able to give him fits.
Yes.
So we
That'd
can
be good.
So
Iron
we can
sharpens
get
iron.
good. Yeah. And so this has been something that we've been talking about for years.
That's what he told me.
And me and him, we've kept up. We talk often. And this is an awesome opportunity for us. So.
Yes. One thing I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous about is that I didn't know how you would react to everything on the island with us. When you told me you were from Spring Hill, I'm like, Spring Hill. Like I went to Spring Hill when I was working for the newspaper.
Yeah.
It's a lily place. Looks like Mayberry once you get on, what is this, 5082, and you make that right, and you're going to, Spring Hill.
It's out there by itself.
Yeah.
And
it's an island too.
it's an island too. And growing up there, it was such a great opportunity. It was such a wonderful time because you really didn't. I mean, it's just a small little town, and we lived right next to the school, and so there wasn't a time that I wasn't involved in sports or doing something active. You're either riding your bikes or you're at the gym or you're at somebody's house, and so you're always doing something, and so I don't take it back. And I grew up and you learn a lot, and so I don't have any regrets.
So people think I'm a football guy, and I can't lie, I am. I love it. I love it to death. You ready for this football season, Coach?
Oh yeah. I'm ready. It's just like what we've talked about before. I always like to be more prepared, and
So that's why Texas High was so successful.
Well,
your preparation.
Well, we got really good coaches over there.
Absolutely.
And Coach Wilson and Hawk and Coach Toon and Harold. This whole coaching staff. They're so good, and they're so smart, and they work together. Coach Stanford has done such a wonderful job of building up this program and putting respect back on Texas High, and has done a tremendous job for the kids. He's such a giver, and he's going to give coaches and kids every opportunity that they need to be successful. And so he's such a good man, and so.
That's what's
Anything,
up.
Tyler?
No, I really don't got too much more for you. I just want to tell you, first off, appreciate you for pulling up on us.
Oh, yeah.
Early this morning. I know it's early.
No, I really
the
thank
show's
you guys.
almost over. Wow.
It is slowly coming down to a dwindle. But me and Gill are the voices of Liberty
You're the
Island
voice. I'm
athletics.
just back there.
No,
you're the voice.
We're
Like
a
Dirk,
team.
yo.
We're a team. We're a
We're
duo.
a team. I'm the one that got to pay the taxes on the company, but it's all right.
I'll let you handle that part.
Yeah, I know. My tax lady hit me this year. I'm like, what? Is this?
No, we
Go
are
for the Gill.
the voices of Liberty Island athletics. So we will obviously, hopefully, have an opportunity to get a conversation with you throughout the season. Maybe pregame or something like that.
Yeah.
Get you on, but
Stay the wild man, Kimbell.
staying the wild man, Kimbell.
He gonna be staying the man after our first win. I'm gonna get you a Cohiba. You smoke cigars?
Huh?
You smoke cigars?
We
We gonna smoke one after we win, Coach. Like, come on,
special occasion.
Smoke them if you got them.
So one question I do want to ask you before we go, we got a few minutes. What's your driving factor? What's your motivation that makes you just get up every day and do what you do? What's the biggest motivation for you?
My family, and my wife is such a good helper. If I didn't have her, I couldn't do what I do.
Right.
And so, family is such a big thing to me, and my little small family is so supportive. With my son and my daughter Grant and Andy, they're good kids. They're going to be at every game. My wife's going to be at every game. She's going to be so supportive, and so. And also, I just, it's just me personally. I want to give everything I can, so I don't let people down.
For sure.
So, and I don't want to let Coach Davis down. So,
absolutely.
I appreciate him, and so.
And then I'm sure you hold yourself to a high regard as well.
Yes.
So you definitely don't want to let yourself down.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But no, anything you got for him, Gill?
Man, look, I'm just ready to play tight on because Cullen Fight said he gonna give us fits, and boy, we gonna be on their top.
What about this? Who's your college football team? You got to be a college football guy.
Arkansas Razorbacks.
Oh my goodness!
For real? I graduated from there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you are from Spring Hill,
but
Good.
So you can talk to Odom and Pittman when they come back through. You can talk to them.
That'd be an honor. So
yeah, Odom know I'm mad at him right now.
I tell you, I deal with a Razorback every day, and I know I was dealing.
I love my alma mater.
I've got it in my blood, so I don't have a choice.
Well, I tell you what, y'all went out that College World Series pretty quickly.
All right, we're gonna be in the national title competition here in a little bit.
For what? Football or baseball?
Football.
We'll see. Anyways, Coach.
Cincinnati, you're on the clock.
Appreciate you joining us this morning. We'll get you back on here soon. Hopefully. It's up to you.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you listening to us this morning. Once again, join us next week, same time, same place. Have a blessed week and take it easy.
In this up and down economy, with a sense of protecting every penny you worked so hard for to achieve the All-American dream, let Stewart Title, with over 150 years title experience, handle every step of the closing process to give